Good evening and welcome to this weekly news program. I'm Anwar Kambatat and here are the highlights from the past week. Mongolia's meat exports face critical challenges as the country experiences a significant drop from 32.2 thousand tons in 2017 to 16,000 tons in 2022. To overcome this decline, it is crucial for Mongolia to focus on developing intensive animal husbandry and meeting quality and safety standards.
Intensive animal husbandry is a livestock production system that maximizes output by raising animals in confined spaces and providing controlled environments. This approach can support year-round meat exports regardless of seasonal variations. Intensive animal husbandry often involves regular health monitoring and disease control measures. Animals can be closely observed and preventive measures such as vaccinations, biosecurity protocols, and veterinary care can be easily implemented. This helps minimize the risk of diseases that may be more prevalent during certain seasons, ensuring a healthier and more consistent meat supply.
We can't export beef right now. To increase meat exports, we should create a secure zone where meat for export is produced. The secure zone must meet veterinary and sanitation standards. For example, if there are non-reproductive cattle, they should be isolated for 90 to 120 days and intensively fed under the farmer's control.
Intensive systems typically involve constructing barns, sheds, and feedlots that provide shelter and protection from harsh weather conditions. This allows livestock to be raised in a controlled environment, reducing the impact of extreme temperatures, precipitation, and other seasonal challenges. Intensive systems focus on providing consistent and balanced nutrition to animals. This includes formulating specialized feed rations that meet the specific requirements of each livestock species. With proper feed management, animals can maintain optimal growth rates and productivity, regardless of seasonal fluctuations in natural forage availability.
To develop intensive animal husbandry, it's important that farmers have their land for cultivation, as farmers need to prepare livestock feed. The Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry is working to develop intensive animal husbandry zones that meet all veterinary and sanitation standards in the western, eastern and northern parts of Mongolia. Currently, Mongolia exports its meat for low prices.
The use of artificial insemination and other assisted reproductive techniques may also optimize breeding efficiency. This allows for more precise control of the timing of births and enables year-round production cycles, ensuring a continuous supply of livestock for meat production.
Construction work worth an impressive 72 billion MNT is currently underway in Dongguan province. In collaboration with the Republic of Korea, Mongolia aims to build thermal power plants with a total capacity of 255 kilocalories hour and a total length of 67 kilometers across 10 provinces, fostering significant advancements in energy infrastructure.
One of these plants is currently being built in Dongguan province. This will provide the people of the province with a secure supply of heating and hot water throughout the year. The construction of the thermal power plant in Mandalkov, Dongguan province is currently ongoing and on schedule.
2 furnaces with a total capacity of 20 kilocalories hour will be commissioned for Dongguan province. This will allow the station to provide the citizens of Dongguan province with combined heat and hot water for use throughout the year.
I believe that highlighting Dongguan province as one of the 10 provinces where the thermal power plant will be built will yield positive results in the future. During the visit to construction site, we observed that the construction had already been started. A sport complex with a swimming pool is one of the major developments in Dongguan province. In addition, the design work for highways between Arveher, Mandalkov and Chur has been completed, and road construction is scheduled to begin next year.
In a bid to strengthen rural areas, the government has introduced employment opportunities for university graduates who relocate to work in the provinces. With less than 30% of graduates currently employed in rural areas, this initiative is part of the government's broader rural revival policy.
This employment initiative is designed to offer support to students who come from rural areas and build up the labor force.
Through the Social Support Fund and Teachers Hub program, we provide support for teachers and renovate their homes and create a comfortable living environment. Additionally, we offer support for teachers to write and publish new books, textbooks, manuals, and academic articles. Furthermore, we assist in creating job opportunities for the family members of teachers who live in the area. The advantage of Orkhon province is that it leads in the human development and competitiveness indexes. This means the province has the resources and the opportunities to develop its people. Furthermore, it is the city that provides the most comfortable living environment in Mongolia.
We're signing an agreement to conduct a project to prepare high-quality teachers. On the other hand, we must cooperate responsibly to avoid creating a shortage of teachers. Orkhon province has a population of over 100,000. As the number of people migrating every year increases, the demand for local personnel also increases. The province wants to provide employment to young people interested in working in various professions and to support young people who choose to work in the province.
In international relations, Mongolia's Foreign Minister Battsik embarked on a significant visit to the Czech Republic. The discussions between Minister Battsik and Czech Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky focused on expanding trade, economic ties, investments and mutual cooperation with the goal of enhancing bilateral relations.
During her stay, Minister Battsik will also engage in meetings with prominent Czech officials, including the chairman of the Czech Senate, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the Minister of Industry and Trade. The objective of these discussions will be to reinforce the long-standing and amicable relations between Mongolia and the Czech Republic. Notably, Mongolia and the Czech Republic have a history of active collaboration in the field of geology and mining, and both countries aspire to revive and intensify this partnership. As part of this visit, a comprehensive agreement on cooperation in geology and mining will be established. Furthermore, Minister Battsik will address the concerns and suggestions of Mongolian citizens residing in Czech Republic. A dedicated meeting will take place to discuss the implementation of the recently effective agreement between Mongolia and the Czech Republic on social security, particularly regarding social welfare, pensions, and general social security provisions for Mongolian workers and residents in the Czech Republic. With over 12,000 Mongolian citizens holding official permits and living in the Czech Republic, the country stands as a prominent destination for Mongolian expatriates in Europe. Minister Battsic's visit seeks to further enhance their well-being and address any issues they may face.
In the labor market, approximately 22% of the workforce is employed in government organizations, while the remaining 74% work in the private sector. The government is actively developing a policy to update the unified government network for civil servants' wages based on their performance, fostering efficiency and accountability.
For HR, labor force shortages have emerged in every industry and every country. The participants of the meeting emphasized the importance of cooperation between the government and the private sector in order to make far-sighted policies.
For enterprises, the main pressure for increasing wages is social insurance payments. The organization calls for raising the wages or salaries of its employees, but it means that even more costs go towards social insurance payments.
In terms of mechanical engineering, there are no graduates this year, and there have been no graduates in the last 4 years in plumbing engineering because there are no students.
In 10 years, it is said that a child should become good at math, but when she enters university, they think that they should become a good manager. As a result, we have graduates with poor soft skills at work.
The government should support the activities of vocational training centers. There is a shortage of workers in the area of major development projects strategically important to the country. The increase in inflation reduces the real purchase power of citizens, creating a need to increase wages or incomes. Increasing wages and pensions in line with price increases is not a solution. Therefore, it has been conveyed that the government is increasing wages based upon results.
Due to the increase in inflation, it is necessary to increase household incomes. We are facing such a big challenge, and therefore we are meeting with our employees about how we can increase the salaries of civil servants in the budget policy for the second half of this year and next year, and we are listening to them about the possibility of increasing their salaries. Furthermore, we are planning to meet with other business owners.
In the future, we will make the public service office more performance-based. We will stop making changes to the laws of the sector regulating wages, and we will further reform the salary system of the public administration office and make it productivity-based. High inflation creates opportunities for fiscal revenues to increase. Therefore, it is possible to increase the salary of public sector organizations. However, in the private sector, high social insurance payments reduce the possibility of increasing wages and bonuses.
Encouraging environmental stewardship, households across Mongolia are being urged to plant trees at home. We explored the operations of Bond Nendeng, a tree nursery that aims to plant 100 million trees and promote sustainable practices among citizens.
When families decide to plant trees, they think of it as a long-term commitment and give up before they start planting trees. How many trees can be planted in a typical yard, and what are some potential benefits of planting trees? What are the outcomes people can expect?
Whether a family has 0.7 hectares or two families combine their land to plant trees, the benefits of trees are numerous. Trees provide protection against wind and storms, and families can plant birch cherry trees along their fence. By planting crabapple and nectarine trees under the shadow of large trees, a family can create a small orchard in as little as 10 years. Planting trees provides an environment where families can relax in the shade of trees and children can pick and eat fruit. It also tackles environmental problems in Mongolia, such as dust storms.
For example, based on your years of experience, is it true that certain pine trees don't grow well due to soil conditions?
Pine trees are known to grow very well, especially in mountainous areas. With the use of the latest advanced technology, they can also thrive when planted in fields in the Gobi region. However, proper maintenance is essential for their growth. Animals should be kept out of the planting area, and the trees should be regularly watered. In case of insufficient rainfall, small measures like scheduled watering in certain areas can help ensure tree growth.
What are the plans for your nursery over the next 5 years? What kind of jobs are created by your nursery?
Our company has a nursery department with around 40 staff. Every day, our engineers teach people how to cultivate and care of trees. We believe this knowledge is essential for supporting our goal of planting 100 million trees in Mongolia. Planting trees requires proper knowledge and care, otherwise the tree may grow for a year and die the next. That's why we planted 3 million trees this year and are aiming for 5 million trees next year. When planting trees at home, people often think that buying and planting a tree in their yard means it will grow, but this is not the case. A 3-year-old tree requires the same care as the 3-year-old child. Don't water the tree with cold water and make sure to prepare and process the soil before planting. After watering the tree, compact the soil to reduce the chance of wind damage and promote growth. By following these guidelines, every family can create a little forest in their yard. Streamlining processes for taxpayers, the local tax department has proposed the Let's Serve electronically initiative. This forward-thinking approach aims to enable taxpayers to complete their tax-related tasks conveniently online, eliminating the need for physical visits to the tax office. Building upon their successful collection of 244 billion MNT in the state budget last year, the Bengal District Tax Department has set an ambitious target of 272 billion MNT for this year. As part of their strategy to meet this goal, the department has decided to leverage technology to make tax compliance more accessible and user-friendly for the residents. Under the Let's Serve electronically initiative, taxpayers can now apply for various tax-related procedures through an online platform. This innovative approach not only saves time and efforts for taxpayers, but also reduces administrative burdens for the tax department. By digitizing the process, Bengal District aims to promote greater efficiency and transparency in tax administration. To ensure a smooth transition to the new system, the Bengal District Tax Department has organized training sessions for taxpayers. These sessions are specifically designed to educate taxpayers about the functionalities of the online platform, covering topics such as easy tax reporting, tax risk protection, and other essential aspects of tax compliance. Additionally, the Bengal District's Tax Department has collaborated with members of a specialized tax advisory association to provide expert guidance and support to taxpayers.
Together with the Tax Department of Bengal District, members of the Specialized Tax Advisory Association joined us here and organized training for taxpayers. We provided courses on easy tax reporting, tax risk protection, etc. Tax advisory and support services were also provided.
As part of recognizing and encouraging exemplary taxpayers, the Bengal District Tax Department has also implemented a business evaluation system. This year, 4 outstanding enterprises from the district have been selected for the exceptional tax compliance practices. Among these enterprises, 2 are categorized as small businesses, while the remaining 2 operate as micro businesses. Through this initiative, the Tax Department aims to promote a cultural and responsible tax reporting and compliance among local businesses. These days, we have selected the best taxpayers. For this year, we selected the best taxpayers by giving them a business evaluation. 4 enterprises from Bengal District were selected. 2 enterprises in the small business segment and 2 enterprises in the micro business segment were selected. We will be able to provide 100% electronic tax system services. With the successful implementation of the Let's Serve electronically initiative, Bengal District is well on its way to achieving a fully electronic tax system. By embracing technological advancements and providing comprehensive training and support, the local tax department is empowering taxpayers to fulfill their obligations conveniently and efficiently. This transformation marks another milestone in the district's commitment to modernize tax administration and foster a favorable environment for business growth and economic development. To combat the harsh spring weather conditions, Hoft Province has taken swift actions by planning to produce up to 400 tons of animal feed. This measure aims to support livestock owners in the affected regions and mitigate the adverse effects of the climate.
According to the weather forecast, more snow is expected later in May, and it will be colder than average. In other words, until the month of June, the growth of grass and vegetables will not be sufficient to feed the livestock. Therefore, in the near future, up to 400 tons of fodder will be produced and provided to the herdsmen at a fair price.
According to the weather conditions, research shows that the animals will not have enough food until June 1st. In the province, 3.4 million animals have overwintered to be ready for the spring. Out of this, 1.4 million offspring should be born. Unfortunately, this year there have been a lot of miscarriages and stillbirths and other issues that were not included in the initial calculations. Currently, 600,000 young animals have been born, of which around 80% have reached maturity. This year, losses have been higher than usual, with about 63,000 newborn animals that did not survive in our province. It's important to note that not all of the animals have been fed yet, with only about 50 to 60% having received adequate feed. Some families are even raising up to 500 animals, and this year has made it difficult to create a reserve of hay and grass. Grass has been cut across the country, which is why preparations are being made to create a supply of animal feed. In the first round, requests have been received for a certain amount of animal feed, but the exact final figures are not yet available. In general, a plan has been made to create a 1-month supply of fodder at the provincial level.
It is estimated that 50 to 60% of the total livestock will need to be fed until June. It has been decided to create a feed stock to ensure that all animals are adequately fed.
That's all for this week. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next week with more news and updates. Have a nice weekend. Goodbye.